I'll show you how to achieve this super comfortable two-piece in few minutes. The top is actually a free bubble dress with drawstring at both sides with a border and a slit in front. The trouser is a palazzo with an elastic waistband and pockets as well. It is beginners friendly and trust me, you will not regret watching this tutorial to the very end. So let's get started with today's tutorial. Firstly, we'll be doing for the pants or the palazzo trouser. I have my fabric right here folded into two, and I'll roll a line at the top part here. That will be my starting line. So to consider or determine the amount of fold you should divide your hip circumference by 4 and add extra 8 inches. Mine is 10.5 inches plus 8 inches, which is very wide enough to accommodate my body measurement. Before taking my vertical measurements, I'll be subtracting 2 inches from all the lengths here because that will be for the height of my band. Subtracting that 2 inches, I marked my hip length of 8 inches, which I roll out into a straight line. I'll also place that 2 inches band on that starting line to get my crotch line. I divided my hip of 42 inches by 4 and I have 10.5 inches. Then I'll go on ahead to add extra 1.5 inches to that. So in total, I marked 11.5 inches as my crotch length. From my crotch length, I mark 5 inches below like this, which is going to be where I'll take my thigh measurement. The next, I'll get the length of my trouser and I place that 2 inches under my starting line. Then I'm marking 45 inches. For 3 inches is the length of my trouser, then 2 inches extra for hemming allowance. When I wrote that out, I went on ahead to cut off the excess that is not needed. So on this second line here, which is my hip line, I divided my hip circumference by 4, which is 10.5 inches, and I added extra 5 inches to what I have. I took the measurement of everything I have right there. I'm marking it on my crotch line and also on that first starting line, which is my waistline. Then I connected these three lines together. For my crotch curve, I divided the quarter of my hip of 10.5 inches by 4. Then I marked 2.5 inches right there, which I'm connecting this way back into my hip line. Then on this other thigh line here, that's where I divided my thigh circumference by 2. Then I added 4 inches extra. That is basically it. And from the crotch line now, I connected this into that measurement I have on my thigh. I took all the measurements on my thigh and I subtracted 1.5 inches from that, which is what I marked at the hem of this my trouser. I went on ahead to also connect it from the thigh line all the way to the hem of my dress. So that is it for the drafting of the front part of the trouser. For the back part of the trouser, I have my fabric folded into two. I'll get the front part and now arrange it from the base here to align so that I can have this little space at the top part here. And I measured it out, it is 1 inch. So from that point there, I will slightly connect this to align with the waist of that of the front trouser like this. Then from the crotch curve here or the crotch area, I'll mark 1 inch. When I get to that exact crotch line, I'll start marking 2 inches like this to the very ends of my dress. So when I'm done with this, I'll also use my ruler to curve or connect all these points I've made so far together. So when I'm done with that, I'll now go on ahead to cut this out. So that is how simple it is for the back part of the trouser. All this time I've been holding on so tight, 'cause all that I do was easy. So that is it now. I'm just going to stitch this like this using 1/2 inch for both the front and the back part separately, okay? So I'm going ahead to do this. The next is to slash the sides open, and this is exactly what yours should look like as well, as you can see. I'll keep that aside now so that I can get this piece I have right here. I'll fold it into 2, then I'll fold it again into 4. I'm going to just roll a line at the top part here, and from there I'm going to mark just 1/2 of an inch. Then from that 1/2 of an inch, I'm going to mark at least 7 inches. Then what I'll be doing is to extend these lines, and I'm just carefully going to place my palm like this on it and now try to create a semicircle just like this into that 7 inches. And that is it for the pocket. I'll use my chalk to highlight this properly so that it can be very visible. So when I was done with this, I've gone ahead now to cut out exactly the way I drafted this and separate this right here. And in total, I have 4 pieces of my pocket. Now from the waist of my trouser, I'll come down by 1/2 inch, or you can mark 3/4 of an inch. Now the straight part of the pocket of one side, place it right sides facing each other like this and stitch for the both sides and also the back part of the trouser. I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what it looks like. I'll get the back part of my trouser and place it right side facing the front, and I'll be arranging it very well from the waist all the way to the pocket, then the sides as well. And after arranging, I'll pin it down as well. Now from the waist, I'll start joining using 1 inch, and I'll join this and stop here 1/2 inch below the pocket. Then I'll stitch this all around, come out to this point and continue joining using just 1 inch. When I'm done with that, I'll also hem the base. Remember, I fold it twice because 2 inches allowance was left for hemming. I've done this for the both sides of my pants. This is what it looks like on the inside, and I've hemmed it as well. Now I'm going to be flipping this my trouser to the wrong side so that I can align the crotch area together. Now remember to open your seams while doing this. When I did that, I pinned it down and I'm arranging the leg part of this my trouser. When I'm done with that, I'm going to join from one end or hem of my trouser all the way to the other side using just 1 inch. So I'll be measuring out the waist of this my trouser pattern, and when I did this, measuring this from one side all the way around till I get to that part where I started taking the measurement, I had 58 inches and quarter, and that is what I have right here now. I have this fabric here. I will measure out 58 inches and quarter and then add extra half of an inch, which is going to be for my joining allowance like this. So I'll cut off the remaining excess of quarter inches right here. This piece, I'll be placing them right sides facing each other like this, and I'm going to be stitching it down at this side using just half of an inch. So when I'm done doing that now, this is what it looks like. I'll be flipping this now to the right side of my fabric, and it is 5 inches wide. Remember, my band is 2 inches, right? So when I fold it like this now, it's going to be 2.5 inches wide. I'll just use half of an inch to join. For my elastic, which is 2 inches wide, I went ahead to measure my waist of 33 inches right here. Then I subtracted 4 inches from 33. And what I have is 29 inches, which is what is going to be the length of this my band. I'll cut it out, then I'll bring the two ends like this, half inch on top of each other. I'll pin it down and stitch it all around to secure it very tight. When I'm done with that, I'm now going to raise my band and carefully place this my elastic in between it like this and now stitch it all around. So when I was done doing that, this is what I have. The next is to now fix it to the waist area of my trouser. I did this by getting that rough closed end, and I'm going to start pinning just the fabric to the waist area of my dress and not the elastic. So when I'm done, I stitch all around using just half of an inch. For the top part, I have my fabric as well folded into four. As you can see, I have four folds right here. So I'll start by rolling a line as well at the top part of this my fabric, and that will be my shoulder line. So from that shoulder line, I marked 2 inches below like this for my neck depth and 3.5 inches for the neck width. I'll extend and connect this into a round neckline. Then I'll get my shoulder right here. My shoulder is 7 inches, which is what I'll mark. Then from that shoulder, I'll get my sleeve length. So the entire length I have right here on my fabric will be for my sleeve length. From that my sleeve length, I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll slant this into my neck width of 3.5 inches. Now from there, I'll be coming down by 10 inches for my sleeve opening and extend that line as well. Then I'll also place my tape on my shoulder line to get my half length of 16.5 inches. I also get my top length of 24 inches. Then the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches I have will be for the ruche effect or the drawstring effect. Now on that's my sleeve opening, that is where I marked the quarter of my bust, which is 10 inches, and I added extra 5 inches. On the waist, I divided my waist by 4. I marked what I have right here and added extra 5 inches as well. Then I'll connect these 2 points together. Now on my top length, I'll mark my hip divided by 4, and I added extra 5 inches, and I've also gone ahead to connect it as well. Now from this part here, I'll just make a slight curve so as there'll be no friction on the armhole. So that is basically it. I'll not go on ahead to cut out exactly the way I have drafted. I'll trim out everything, and also when cutting for the shoulder, I'll leave half of an inch for joining allowance. I cut out the neckline as well. Then I'll open this my piece right here. I'm going to remove the inner one so that I can work for the front part because it has a border. Now I'm going to be marking my exact neck width of 3.5 inches all the way to the ends of my dress. Then straight like this, I'll connect it and now cut it out as well. I'm going to get a piece for the border right here. So what I'll do is I'll take the measurement of what I have as my blouse length. Then this piece I have right here is up to the length. I folded it into two and folded it again from the side to get a crease line. Now from the top part, I'll be measuring my neck opening. So mine is 7 inches. Now from the base, I'll be coming up by 9.5 inches as well. Then I'm going to be stitching from that 7 inches up to that 9.5 inches. This is what it looks like, and make sure you slash open the top part as the same way it is open at the base as well. Then I'm going to be flipping this to the right side so you all can have a better view of what it looks like. It is 2 inches wide at the end of the day, and this is perfectly okay. It shouldn't be more than that, okay? Now I'm going to get one part of the front of my dress, and I'm going to be pinning the rough edge of this band here on it, right sides facing each other from the top part all the way to the ends. So you are going to be doing this for the two pieces of the front dress. This is what it looks like when I was done. So when you do this, you're going to notice that the front part will be slightly wider than the back part of your dress. It is totally fine. I've cut out the facing for the back part, and I've also stitched it properly as well, as you can see, and also hemmed it down using my hemming gun. I folded the back part into two, making sure that the neck opening aligns with that border I have right there for the front part. So the excess I have is this. I'm going to be cutting it out. There's nothing to be scared about because of the enough allowance that was added to it, okay? So this is it now, and I'll go on ahead to start joining this right sides facing each other on the shoulder. Now I'll place the two together like this. When I pin this, I'll now use half of an inch to join it together. After joining for the shoulder, I'll also hem the sleeve opening right here and stitch it down as well. Then I'll also do same thing for the sides and also the hem or the base of this my dress. So for the sides, I use 1 inch to join them at both sides. As you can see, for the top part is half inch, for the sleeve part is just 1 inch, and for the base is just 1 inch as well. Now this side seam I have right here, I'm going to be opening it up like this so that it will lay flat. You can use your iron to iron this flat as well. And what I'll do next is that I'm going to be running a stitch at the very tip here of this side stitch here, but you can fold in at least quarter of an inch, and at the base there I'll leave about half of an inch. So I have done just that, and for neat finishing, fold it at least about quarter of an inch right here before inserting your rope. We still do it together because I did the other one off camera. Then this is the rope I have. I'm just going to use my safety pin now to pin this, and from that half inch from the base I left, I'm going to be passing this through till I get to that top part. So if you want to know where your root should start from, yours can start from your half length, but mine started from the under bust, and my under bust is 14 inches. I push this to the very top here where my stitches started from here. Then I went on ahead to arrange this properly and also pin it down as well. I'll be doing the same thing for this other part as well, and remember that in total is 4 ropes that I have because each side is going with 2 ropes. So when I come out from this edge here, I'll pin it down as well. Then after pinning, I'm going to make a straight stitch like this to secure it very well. So after that, that is basically all gone. I had to iron this properly, and this is what it will look like. And I hope you really found this tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching this far, and I hope to see you all next time. Don't forget to notch the armhole area. And that is all for now. Bye.